This morning, we kick off our election series, Coffee with the Candidates, to help you to get to know the candidates running for office in the upcoming election on a personal level. And joining us this morning is Republican nominee for U.S. House District 2, Michael O'Reilly. Good morning. Thanks for being here today.
Good morning, Will. How are you?
Nice to see you. We're not going to get into any debates today. We just want to know a little more about you. You've had quite a life.
Yes, I have. It started very south of here. I was born in Pensacola on a naval base. My father was a Navy pilot.
So what was that like for a young guy growing up on a Navy base, especially having a dad who's a Navy pilot? Every guy would love to be around that atmosphere,
yep.
Especially being a Navy pilot.
After 6 or 7 different places, we settled in Southern California. I can remember bringing my father's helmet in for show and tell when kids had show and tell. So I would have it like that, and he'd have the helmet that would come up with the big shade over the top.
Right.
And it was, I was the star of the show at that point.
So that made you very popular. How many places did you move around to? I know a lot of Navy people that move all over the country.
Yeah, I lived in Texas, California, Hawaii, Philippines, and in fact in Hawaii I was there before it became a state. So I have the newspaper 1959 when it became a state.
So what brought you here to Rhode Island?
Well, I worked in New York City for 25 years on Wall Street, and unfortunately I was in the World Trade Center incident.
Oh, wow.
And I sold my business and moved my family up to Rhode Island for solace, and I fell in love, and this is where I live.
And now your family lives in Narragansett?
Yes, they do. Yeah.
And what's life like for you and the family in Narragansett?
Well, I have a wife of 30 years, and I have 3 children. They're all in college right now, so it's kind of an empty nest situation. Yeah, so life right now would be quiet if I weren't running for office.
And that's another thing, we were talking earlier. What's it like for you to tell the family, hey, we've got a pretty good life here. I'm going to go out and run for office. How does the family react to that?
They were not in favor of it.
Really?
Yeah. I'm gaining a little momentum with my family, so I assume that that's also happening throughout the state. But my family didn't want first of all, the children see their money going out the window. But
all that money for college.
Yeah. And then they have to fly straight. They know they can end up in the news or something if they do something wrong. So nobody wants that kind of scrutiny.
And so one of the other things I read about you, big soccer player.
Yes, I actually didn't play soccer till I was a sophomore in high school, and I moved to Connecticut, and there they didn't have a football program, so I had no choice. I had to learn soccer, and eventually I became all-state soccer player at Canton, Connecticut High School, a very small school,
right.
And played at the University of Connecticut. And after the University of Connecticut, after I graduated, I played a little bit of semi-pro ball in Chicago.
Nice.
Yeah, and I played in the Great Lawn in Central Park in New York City when I was working there. They used to call me Inglés because I was like the only Irish English-speaking guy there. It was a lot of languages.
And tell everyone something about you that they may not know. Nothing, what do you like to do in your spare time?
I'm a puzzle guy. I know that doesn't sound very exciting, but I do Japanese puzzles.
Really?
Sudoku, Ken-Ken, Kakuro, all those kinds of puzzles. I've just been solving puzzles since I was 3 years old.
Me, I'd be cheating at them. I'd take the phone, snap a picture, and you can solve the Sudoku puzzles myself.
Well, it's a matter of practice, just like anything else is,
right.
But I just enjoy doing it. It brings me into myself. It lets me forget everything in the rest of the world. It's a real place for me to get away.
And has running for this political office been everything you thought it was going to be? Or there have been a lot of surprises?
Oh, way more.
Way more?
Way more, yeah. The great part about it is I'm meeting a lot of people. And I was pretty much to myself before, but now I've met people all over the state and seen places all over the state. I really do enjoy the experience at this point.
Well, great. Thank you so much for coming in.
Well,
Thanks for spending time with us. Great to have you here. And to learn more about Michael O'Reilly taking on the political issues, you can head to WPRI.com.